increase.
Shame!
On top of that, they have not given students enough time for us to be able to analyze any of the data that is available, which is already limited. This announcement came little less than a few days after November started, with very little time remaining for this regent meeting that is happening today and the vote that is happening tomorrow.
Shame! What a shame!
It's ridiculous enough that students were not rigorously consulted in the process of developing this proposal, but it's even more ridiculous that the time frame in which this proposal was introduced would not even allow students enough time to analyze the data properly and to provide alternatives to this tuition increase. That's a shame, and we need to tell the chancellor that there's no way that he can be supporting this. When I confronted the chancellor about this, and the vice chancellor, Jim Sandoval, they said that this was enough time. They said that tuition increases should always be a factor. And I asked him, would you reject your salary increase if this tuition plan passes? And he said no, because that's just a drop in the bucket. He claims that it's just one drop in the bucket, but that's not the only drop in the bucket. The UC also wastes incredible amounts of money by outsourcing its jobs. Just 2 contracts alone that the UC has outsourced could save the UC $1 million, and there's dozens more contracts out there. The UC could also take a stance on issues that students have been advocating for that would be solutions to our funding problem. Students have been advocating to end the school-to-prison pipeline, to end the prison industrial complex, and to shift money into higher education. Students have been arguing that the war on drugs should end in California and that we should redirect the money that goes to enforcement of those laws to higher education. Students have argued that Proposition 13 should be reformed so that we can close property tax loopholes for big businesses, and that money should be redirected to higher education. Where the fuck has the UC been when these solutions have been proposed? The UC has not taken any positive stances on any of these solutions. Students have been coming up, turning out solutions, while the UC has sat back and ignored these solutions. Instead of trying to engage in a toe-to-toe battle with the governor, UC President Janet Napolitano should be using her political leverage to advocate for real solutions to our long-term problem. That's how you bring stability. You do not bring stability by putting money and shifting budget cuts onto the backs of students. That is not stability. Tuition increases are not the solution. Thank you all for coming out. We're going to have some more speakers now. Brianna, would you like?
How many of you are angry? I can't hear you. How many of you are angry? You should be. I am a student of color on this campus. We claim to be a minority-serving institution. We claim to have an affordable and accessible and quality education, but the fact is, if this tuition hike passes, this university will not be affordable. This university won't be accessible. This university is not affordable right now. And that's a damn shame.
That's a shame! Shame, shame, shame!
President Janet Napolitano claims that this is our moral duty, that this is a stability plan, that this is our duty to the next generation. But I think our duty is to create an accessible education, an affordable education, an education where we don't have to worry about the school-to-prison pipeline, where we can dismantle the school-to-prison pipeline, and where we aren't pushing students of color out of the system. We need to fund the UC. Fund the UC! 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 Fund the UC!
Hi, my name is Johnson Pham, and I'm also a campus organizing director at this campus. Why are we here? Why have all of us walked out of our lecture halls and come here?
I'm fucking pissed!
Because we're pissed. I'm here because the students who came before us did something like this. A few years ago when the regents tried to propose a 32% tuition hike, an 81 tuition hike, who are the people that stopped them? Students! tuition hikes, I don't think in terms of this legislation or all this political bullcrap. I think about myself. I think about, like, my friends. I think about how sometimes I have to decide to buy textbooks over eating. And that's the reality that we face as students. We shouldn't even be talking about raising tuition. We should be talking about making tuition affordable as it is right now. Because right now, students are homeless. Students are starving. Students are literally killing themselves and suffering from mental illness just to get a degree. In terms of promise of a better future. We shouldn't be killing ourselves for an education. For a public education. When they market this tuition hike as only 5%, 5% means $600 next year. I don't know how I'm going to pay my rent next month. How am I supposed to pay $600 more dollars? I heard this metaphor where if you put a frog in a pot of boiling water, it'll jump out because it knows it'll die. But if you put it in tepid water and you slowly increase the heat, it'll stay there because it gets comfortable. And our UC regents are smart. They are smart, but they are fucking evil. They're proposing this 5% tuition hike, but in reality, it's a 28% tuition hike.
I ain't no frog.
Yeah, I'm not a fucking frog. What this looks like, in 2019 and 2020, tuition will be $15,564.
What the fuck?
$15,564 each quarter. Can you fucking afford that? Because I can't.
That's a shame! Shame!
And that's not even where it ends. Because this is more than just monetary value. It's about what they're saying. They think that they can just go to students to fund our tuition. After the 5 years, promise that this will not be the last time that the UC Regents will try to propose some bullshit like this. So this is where it needs to fucking stop. They need to find other ways to fund your education so that I don't have to read another news report of a student who commits suicide because of the price of higher education. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Johnson and Brianna. We're also going to have Irene here from UAW, who has endorsed, the Riverside unit has endorsed this action. She's going to talk a little bit about that. Hopefully she can also talk a little bit more in relation to graduate student issues as well with the tuition hike. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. So I want everybody to remember that this is a great turnout, but it can't stop here. This is actually going to make no difference to the vote tomorrow. We're pissed. This looks good. It makes us happy because we're all here, but we can't stop here at all. They're going to vote tomorrow whether we have 1,000 people here or 10,000 people at UCSF tomorrow.
And you know they're going to vote yes.
Yes, we do. It's just a formality at this point. So the UAW 2865 is holding statewide actions, and we as graduate students, TAs, tutors, and some undergraduate readers, we are concerned about the fact that class sizes are going up. We have fewer faculty, yet they're raising tuition. How can you possibly raise tuition and raise class size at the same time? That is bullshit.
What the fuck?
Thank you. Less accessibility to our campuses